As you can see here, we can plough ahead here, but those skulls there, don't hit the ones underneath them, immediately underneath them, or you'll have to get slammed and start the puzzle again. Now, we have to move them, and go to the left, not the right, because that would block our way. Put that down, and then go down here, yes, see. See, I'm a good smart thinkers. Right, now, how do we do this? You see that bunch on the far right, we need to move that down to get past the top bit. So, but I'll first move that. Don't touch that one though, because then we won't be able to reach the green block on the very bottom on the right to move them down. And now, right, gotta move that down so we'll have enough space to navigate to there. Move that, and yeah, we made it! Hey, hey, yeah! We made us! Whoa, 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 yeah, we made us! And flat screen TVs, etc. at Salvage World. And how kind of Codemaster to give us a save pad. A save pad that we really need. And now we discover the secret to this place. A dreadful minotaur thing called Monster has taken Jigglypuff, and he's standing there with her. But all he really cares about is playing some scary music to intimidate us. You can't beat us, Monster. You can hire all the cheese you want. It's not going to do any good. Kirby and Link have got this. Except they kind of haven't, because this is the part where this game really starts to take its difficulty dive. This boss is ridiculous. Anyone that's played this game knows. They get to this boss and they're destroyed. But I am getting some spectacular luck here, I'm not going to lie. You see, these enemies can cast some powerful spells that will devastate you the moment they use them. And they haven't done it yet. But they will. Well, fortunately for me, I did level up 3 times and got all that equipment, so I'm well prepared for this, but there, that flame spell, that bloomin' flame! Did you see that? It took like a third of both of our healths off. And look at that too, he did it again. He goes faster than either of us, so he could get 2 flames off without us being able to act at all. Only Kirby can heal, like, higher than maybe 30 hit points. So Link cannot keep our health in top form. I mean, you could buy some 100 HP healing items, but don't you remember? Those things cost like 500 quid. You'd have to spend an hour fighting stuff to get the money. This fight is insane. Dead! Whoa! Not getting back in the Haunted Mansion, Kirby. But we don't need to, because we've saved Jigglypuff! Hey Jigs! How are you doing? That is a grade A hard battle that I made look way too easy. Awesome! Jigglypuff has joined the team, and she's a healer, because she learns all kinds of healing spells and stuff like that. But hey, Monster, dead! Slammed! Great, so we've saved Jigglypuff. Job well done, folks. But, what are we supposed to do now? Oh, whatever, let's just talk to the townspeople. Because they'll have new stuff to say. Yeah, I already knew there was something wrong with the sign, Bertrand. It thinks this town is a different town than it actually is. And back to the first town for more stuff to be said by people. back to the other town. And now it's time. Now the time has come. The Colosseum has a new battle awaiting us, and it also gave us a most spectacular prize for winning the previous battles. The Steel Glove, yeah. We can now steal items from enemies. Man, you know, maybe that would have been useful if I'd had it before that insanely hard first boss battle of the game. Could have stolen some healing items, but I guess Cubmaster felt that we didn't need any such thing. Multiple attacks? Come on, mate. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Fighting the T-Bone. Ha! That skeleton is not going to have anything on Kirby. Kirby is going to beat that skeleton, no problems. Yeah, look at this, see? This is child's play. And look at the power of that needle move. Kirby moves across the room and 50 HP damage. Well, for the record, in these Colosseum battles, Kirby's HP is decided by the character's HP. In real life. Well, in... Kirby's HP is determined by his actual HP, but his attack power is entirely based on the weapon, not his attack strength. So the more powerful the weapon you have, the stronger it will be. And also, how much damage he takes from the enemies is not affected by his defense or anything. Okay, here's the real T-Bones in the overworld. What weaklings, though. Come on, Link, steal something.
Fail.
Come on, Link, steal something. I said steal something.
Fail.
Yeah, and the Steel Glove reveals its flaw. It can't steal anything. You'll be lucky if you can steal something for every 20 attempts. And Link uses, I think, 5 magic points every time, so you've only got 10 attempts before you got to go to the end. So, all in all, a rather useless item. But hey, that's the thought that counts. And if I ever am low, if I ever do want to get some of those healing items that I'm never going to buy, then it's a worthy investment. Come on, Link, do it! Steal! You're a great thief, right, Link? Remember that time in... Yeah! Got a potion! Yeah! 60 health points over, like, 150 maximum. What a useless item. Well, if you recall where we left off, we were a bit unclear on what our directions were. We got Jigglypuff, but where to go next? Well, someone in town mentioned some soil. A kid in town mentioned some soil to the north, which is quite mysterious looking, and yeah, indeed, this is a most mysterious patch of soil. And somebody else mentioned that in a cave to the south, there is a seed! Well, perhaps if we go to that cave in the south, and collect the seed, and plant the seed in that soil, something relevant to the plot might happen. Something that can help us to find more Super Smash Bros. Characters, or at least Captain Falcon, because that's the only one that matters, and maybe we'll be one step closer to defeating Master Hand, and getting all those items back that our characters want. Yeah, girl, hey! What? Hey, don't mock boys! Hey, little girl, I don't appreciate a comment like that! I'm the best! Girls are not better than boys, man! I mean, just look at this! I mean, consider this! I mean, just consider this! I mean, like, boys, we got, like... Get lost! Leave me alone! Oh, cheer up, Kirby. She didn't mean it. The Spice Girls can't hurt you now. Yes, us boys got the short end of the stick in the early 90s. Thanks for that, Spice Girls. But who cares about the Spice Girls anymore? Yes, it's all One Direction now. Oh yeah, the male version of the Spice Girls. Anyway, that's enough talk about music. We don't want the internet to burst into flames. So, let's get to that cave. And this is an interesting cave dungeon. We've got some railway tracks, and if we follow, we could just head down the obvious path, but are you as super sly and sneaky as Cubmaster? Yeah, you can follow the train tracks and go into another place. Oh, You crazy old Cub Master. What a genius dungeon designer. And we get 5 tonics. Yeah, 5. 20 HP refilling items. 20 HP. Completely useless. Well, I mean, I suppose they'll heal one character to full if you use all of them, like in the overworld. That's some value. Oh, and by the way, in this dungeon you'll really start to notice one of the distinguishing features of Super Smash Bros. RPG. Have you noticed yet? I think you have, haven't you? Yeah. The random encounters are rather heavy. But hey, how did we get to that treasure chest? Have you fought like Kirby Master today? If you walk down to that little bit at the bottom, Kirby vanishes and appears on that cliff. Yeah. And we got, that item, it revives a dead character. That is most useful. Better than paying 20,000 gold for it in the shops. Let's go, Kirby! Let's go! It's time to move your legs and feet, excuse me. We got to spin around that little track to get over there. That's a nice touch, I like that. Imagine like a roller coaster, this track is going up and around like a spiraled staircase or something. That's clever. That's cute. Yeah, that's right, you've started to notice the rather annoying feature of this game, haven't you? Yes, that's right. Jigglypuff's battle animation takes a bit too long to play. Every time she attacks, you've got to wait like 4 seconds. Seriously, it's ridiculous. What was that? That's not what you were going to say? Oh, well, I don't care what you were going to say. What was that? Get stuffed, Mr. X. Well, excuse me! Sheesh. If that's the kind of attitude I'm going to get, I might as well just take my videos elsewhere, thank you very much. Like Vimeo, which is dead. Or Dailymotion, which is dead. Google Video, dead. Yeah, stick with YouTube. Okay. What's going on, Curb? You can't tangle with the Curbster. Yeah. Man, all these thick and fast battles. Yeah, the real this big thing in this game is like battles every 3 seconds. But you know, at least we can run from them. Not that you want to, because you want the experience. Man, wouldn't it be a horrible thing if you couldn't run from enemies later in the game, and they still had these horribly frequent random encounters? That would be quite unfortunate indeed, if such a thing were to happen. Another feature of this game, going an extremely long, convoluted, winding path to get some pointless little item at the end of it that you don't need. Thanks, Cub Master. We always appreciate your game design strategy 12 years ago. Oh yeah, we really got us boys got the short end of the stick in the mid-90s, the Spice Girls. All those little girls that bullied us, all those little girls that teased us saying they were better than us. Well, you know what, girls? At least us boys have... we can play with... we got, like, toothpaste! No, we don't. Well, at least we can play with, like, little army men! And, like, that's something that boys do and girls don't. But, oh, you know what? Well, at least we don't play with those stupid dolls from Zap Creation. What kind of name is Zap? Anyway, Zap from Zap Creation. Zap. Honestly. Hey, girls, why don't you buy this doll? It urinates itself. Oh, wow, I need that! Seriously, girls, why did you want that? I mean, the smells like cherries is one thing, and the warm sleeper, I can see you wanting that. And the warm sleeper, I can see you wanting the warm sleeper, and like the fact that smells like cherries. That's not so bad. But seriously, can you girls out there tell me, please? Seriously, why did you want that? Why? I'm genuinely. I genuinely don't understand why you wanted a doll that urinated itself. Oh, well. It sparkles! Hey girls, get a doll that sparkles! Wow, sparkles! Give me the sparkly doll! You want your doll to sparkle, girls? Sparkle! I'll sparkle you in a minute. Warm sleeper! Warm sleeper! Smells like cherries. Where did baby Allgone put his cherries? You put the spoon up to his mouth, and the cherries are gone! They really did just vanish on the camera like magic. The cherries are there on the spoon, and then suddenly the cherries are just not existing. When I was a child, I genuinely was amazed at that. I figured that the doll maybe has a vacuum cleaner in her mouth that sucks that cherry up at like the speed of light or something. And the question is, where do the cherries come back out again? You know what? You know what? Actually, no, I don't want to think about that. Right. So back to Kirby. And here's a glorious bit of Master Berkness. When you walk past that treasure chest up here, see that grey rock there? It falls down and smashes on that ground, preventing you from walking up to the treasure chest. Which means if you came this way first and didn't get the chest yet, then, well, the treasure chest is permanently blocked off from you. I think Kirbaster is a really crafty, cruel so-and-so for that, because if you hadn't gone to get it, you're going to think, oh, I got to get that, so you'll walk all the way over there, and it was a waste of time because it was a horrible treasure. Anyway. After that long, arduous dungeon, our heroes finally find a mysterious room with a golden light shining in. And Link takes this opportunity to tell a ghost story, naturally. Some miners went to work in the cave, and only one of them ever escaped a mysterious disaster. But he never said what happened. So let's go and have a look at this mysterious light in this mysterious cave. What the Kirby? You're the hero of this adventure. The last person that should be getting goosebumps is you. Yeah, so we'll... What? Both of you? Yeah, get back here, cowards. Yeah, let's deal with this strange glowing light in this dark, scary cave. It's a golden blanket. You said it, Jigglypuff. Grab the blanket and get in that minecart over on the left there. Explosion. Whoa, a door that completely appeared out of absolutely nowhere on the wall. I guess the butler's coming to give us tea and biscuits. What's that? Well, I mean, that's a possibility as well. Hopefully it's not the butler. Not fond of digestive biscuits. Horrifying, hideous, small, tiny little midget thing. Oh man, what a fright that was. Sheesh. But the little midget thing is most displeased with Link implying that he's not actually that scary. Man, Link, what are you trying to do here? Get a boss battle on our hands? Stop insulting him! Oh no! You've done it now, Link! He's gonna attack! He's gonna walk into you! What are we gonna do? Our heroes are helpless! They're at the mercy of this tiny little midget creature! We have to do something at once! All of you, heal yourselves up and fast! We have to take care of the most outstandingly gruesome boss battle in the game! Like, you bully! You heartless, cold-hearted bigot! Well, forget that. In the golden blanket we saw in the light, there was a seed wrapped in. Hey, a seed, You remember that? In Dogwood? That's right, a legendary seed in the cave! That we can take to the soil in the north! Or at least we would if it hadn't gone completely pitch black. And... what's that sound? Oh, I'm sure it's just that little midget guy again. Just tapping into you. Yeah, his eyes grew 20 times the size of this, but that's normal. There we are, that light made everything better. The midget's gone. There is nothing. No need to worry. Or maybe there is need to worry, because it's time for our most devastating boss battle! And if you remember our experience, or if you remember what I told you our experience was supposed to have been in the first battle, then you might not be surprised if I tell you that this boss fight is very difficult as well. Very long indeed. A very long fight. This boss has some devastating attacks. And even though it might look like you can keep going, even though it might look like he's not hurting too bad, it starts to hurt when this fight goes on for literally 20 minutes. Yeah, well maybe not quite that long, but it feels like a long time, believe me. And don't think that I'm like under-leveled up or anything. I always play my RPGs levelling up well and truly, quite nicely. My heroes are at very respectable status parameter levels, so there is no need to be concerned about such a thing. Hey Link, your stealing finally paid off! Because you stole... yeah, Link stole a super rare, one-of-a-kind item from the boss. I think that's worth cutting the boss battle out for. But now we've beaten the brown dragon! The cave is crumbling, because that's what happens in RPGs, so let's get away from that cave up! So let's get away at once! To the minecart, Kirby! No, who cares about this stupid midget door? I mean, it looks like there might have been some secret bonus thing in there, but there wasn't! Let's move! Get in this stupid cart! There! You might want to push the cart there! Let's get away in this extremely slow-moving, agonisingly slow cart of slowness! Move it! And this is a nice little sequence. All those areas we passed through that we saw those tracks we couldn't get to in the dungeon, now, including some of the ones we did get to, like that treasure chest path. We get to see this cart going all the way along them. I love this sequence. They even cut out some of the tedious. They even cut out some of the path, because even Codemaster had figured out by now that would have been a bit too long. Wait, maybe he didn't. Watch that rock! Whoa! And those ones! Yeah! It's just me, or is the cart speeding up? In fact, it's getting a bit too fast. Okay, this car's really getting out of control. No!
Baby, the baby.
Samus! Quick, help! I said help! There. Did everyone die? Oh man, what? Kirby speaks? Yes, Kirby does speak very rarely in this game. This is one of those cases. But who is this voice calling to Kirby? We have possession of his offspring? Couldn't be. It can't be. Can it? We have to revive the offspring of this mysterious voice to complete our quest. Kirby, just going along with this. He probably thinks he's hallucinating now, but he's not. This is a real voice. Oh, the mysterious voice won't explain exactly what he meant. But I bet you can guess what he was talking about, viewers. I bet you can guess exactly what we've got to do now. Whoa! Sheesh, voice, calm down. Oh, it wasn't the voice that time. It was our companions, including Samus Aran from the Metroid series on Nintendo. Don't need to fear, my friends. Kirby has survived that devastating crash. Oh, and maybe we should get out of the cave? Yeah, wise words, Link. Wise words. Because look at this cave, it's a complete mess. We can't even get back in the dungeon now. But apparently we can still fight some fights. Look at Samus's... But you can see Samus's fantastic beams. All these custom animations that Codemaster drew, or Jade, or Slushy, or whatever. I don't know what Slushy had to do with anything. You know, you can see them. All these very much effort put into these custom battle animations. I'm quite impressed. Because there are a lot of them in this game. A lot of them you might not ever even see, for reasons that you'll be figuring out later. Anyway, enough of that. Let's do what I think you know we need to do, now that we have got the offspring that we need to revive from that mysterious voice. No, not Dogwood. The patch of soil to the north. All our heroes get out because something epic's going to happen. That's right. Huh? What is it, Kirby? Cloud Strife Dream? Whatever, Link. Yeah, the offspring of that voice was a seed, which was wrapped in the golden blanket, remember? And this mysterious patch of soil to the north! That mysterious seed that was wrapped in that blanket in the cave! We have to wait for a tree to sprout! But nothing happens. Maybe later in the game. Whoa! Oh! No, maybe not later in the game. Maybe right now. I like how our heroes leave a little space there for Kirby to walk in. Just some bush, but the voice that was talking to us was a tree. Yeah, I guess the spirit of the tree that had yet to be born from that seed. Or something. I'm not sure the game ever does confirm that. Whatever. Yeah, Link finally recognises the Deku Tree music. It's about time, Link. Although if you'd watched Team Sponkel's Legend of Zelda CDI movie Part 2, you would have heard the music as well. Oh. According to the tree, there was an opal statue that the light of the moon could use to do something. Because Master Hand's fortress is... Because the fortress of Master Hand is surrounded by coral. And if we can repair the opal statue, we can slam that coral and get to Master Hand's fortress. Yeah, the first reference to Master Hand anybody has felt the need to make since we crashed on the planet. It's about time, plot. Honestly. We got to keep our priorities in focus here. We need to find our friends and all, but we also have to slam Master Hand. Yeah, I get it, Tree. Right, are we done here? Yeah. Wasn't that an interesting lot of plot to be given to us? Too bad none of it's going to matter until about 95% through the game. No, seriously. Rex Files? Oh yeah, I remember that. Featuring Whoopi Goldberg in the career-shattering move she'd like to forget. Well, now we have sandwich with us. It costs 140 gold to stay at the inn. Of course it does. Mysterious tree to the north. Whoa. This girl just keeps talking about how time passes you by and waits for no one. Hehe, I wouldn't go climbing the Deku tree, paisano. Or paisanette, or whatever. I wouldn't go climbing the Deku tree. Hey, maybe we can afford a bit more equipment now that we have some gold from all that fighting in that dungeon. Nah, we don't want to do that. Might as well save it up for the next town. We're always going to be starved for cash after all. So first you hated the fall, now you hate spring? You just hate everything, don't you? Don't mess with Samus, mate. But I will get some most excellent weapons for her. And now Link finally has his precious poison sword. He's been waiting to buy for like 3 hours. Well, in the playtime. I think we've just about completed. Maybe had a little lamb with this girl at this point. Oh, how sweet. Well, how could someone get in that? There's blatantly a big pile of tiny little bits of rubble at the front, blocking anybody from getting in. Whatever. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, that's right. Someone made a very vague reference to maybe we're strong enough now to fight monsters in the overworld on the path to the left of the starting town. Yeah. I told you before that the directions in this game, or our motivations for where to go, and a sense of the plot-based direction in this game is not particularly strong, but I guess that's part of the charm of this game. Uh-oh, you've done it now, kid. Don't mess with Samus. Hey, kid, shut your face. Don't talk like that to Samus. If you mess with her, you know what that means? It means you mess with me! Yeah, fat chat. That was indeed one of the least expectable things I could possibly imagine in an RPG Maker 2000 game. There's nothing in the end. I'm not entirely convinced it is, kid. Also, that guy with the weird grammar is an English teacher. Oh, reminds me of one of my English teachers. Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho! Actually, no, it doesn't. Oh, good for you, kid. Let's never speak of that again. But since we're in this town and a significant plot event's happened, you know what it's time for? Are you ready for some Kirby-tastic action? Yeah, Kirby is here. Yeah, his name's Kirby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. What do our information people have for us today? 2 different enemies at once. Okay? Sometimes monsters will move in an unexpected way. Oh, we're dealing with a Drage this time. Now, this is the first monster that's going to be tricky with us, because when he attacks, he doesn't just attack what's straight ahead of him, he attacks what's not straight ahead of him. Well, you'll see. It's going to make this considerably difficult, especially considering there's 3 enemies to deal with at once. But we're Kirby. I'm Kirby. That's right, Mr. X. You got it. There's no way that this battle is going to be anything other than an easy experience. Why? Oh! But I'm alright, I'm still alive. I got to deal with these 3. Wow! I didn't win the battle! I'm dead! What an unexpected turn of events! The game's over!